Live from upstate New York. My name is Russ Watts, the MC Online Community Leader for Futureport Youth. And I am blessed today to be talking with Sunny from H Farm. Sunny, give us a little introduction of who you are and how your involvement over the last few years has been at the Futureport Youth.
Thanks, Russ. Hi, like you said, my name is Sunny, and I am a teacher at H Farm International School in Venice. Um, and our school has participated in the Futureport Youth Conference for the last 2 years. We've had the privilege to go and be there in person, which has been amazing. We're looking forward to going back again this year, too.
How many of your students attended, and what did you experience by being with them there in that space?
I think our first year we had about 15 students, and this last year we had probably about 20 to 25 students go. We have three separate campuses, so we opened up the invitation to the other campuses as well, with a small number of students to try it out. Each year we have more and more students that go in person. Um, yeah,
Nice.
sorry,
And
it
you
wasn't
said
very.
Venice. You're not Venice, California, but you're Venice, Italy, right?
We are, yeah, we're a school in Venice, Italy, and uh we opted to go in person because we thought it would be a bit more dynamic. And since we're relatively close, we thought that it would be fun to be there in person and also explore a little bit of Prague while we were there.
Nice.
Yeah.
So one of the things that's similar to the in-person as the online is the live stream. The live stream is going to have all of the content that the people experienced, showing like a little snippet of what are some of the highlights that you guys experienced in person of those speakers. How did your students react, act, change based on what they learned?
Well, I mean, being there in person, you can feel the energy in the room. You can feel the energy of the participants, of the presenters. And so it's really dynamic. And each year they add a little bit more. And so now there's some performances that happened as well. And the space that we were in last year was very cool. It was a very cool space. Um, but I mean, really, the students have the opportunity to be there to have their finger on the pulse of what the next generation of technology is. Our school is pretty technology centered, and so this seemed like a really good opportunity for our students to be there to have their finger on the pulse of what is the up and coming technologies in generative AI, in biotech, in sustainability tech, in space tech, uh, and more.
Nice.
Also, it was also really nice because, they're there and they can ask these questions in person. They can have a chat with them they've given their after they've given their presentations. And so they can really connect on a human level, but they can also have the possibility to have one of these presenters, be a mentor to them, and they have the opportunity to really begin to network with their peers in the global sense, who are there and online. And they have the opportunity to be a part of a competition, and they have access to this global community that's really aligned with their interests, which can be pretty powerful.
Nice. And so it sounds like not just the content, which right there, learning, right? But also expanding. So learning content, expanding perspectives all around technology. And then one of the things that you also mentioned is networking not only with speakers, but with peers that are from around the world. One of the things that we're highlighting this year in the online streaming and interactive content is it's the same. We're hoping to give teachers, just like in last year, I believe you got the content ahead of time. So you could take that and the tech teachers could take that into the classroom, prep the students when you got to the conference, again in person and or when you're online. You get to interact light and medium, and then post is you get to have those follow-up questions that the students ask the presenters to be either immediately answered or answered in a more, I'll call it async way. When you came back from the conference, did you notice any changes to the students, influences to the other non-participatory students? Did you hear from the tech teachers anything that happened because your 2025 students this last year went to the Future Port Youth?
Yeah, I mean, when they came back, they were super excited and they were thanking me for arranging this for them to go to, which felt great. They not only enjoyed their travel companions, the city, but they also had, some really dynamic learning while they were at the conference itself. Um, they spoke very highly of their experience there, the interactivity, and there is also a competition that they have every year. And so some of our students who went this last year were like, oh, wait a minute, how can I be a part of that? And so their engagement has continued even after they've left the conference, which is great.
I heard tell that one of your students has even applied for the competition for this year, hoping to possibly win. Tell us a little bit more about this excitement that's built over this last year to the competition for this year.
Well, yes, we do. We actually have, there are two students. They've partnered up on a project. And so they have submitted a proposal for something that is very cool to me. And so the competition is open to young people from 15 to 26 years old. And there are a few criteria. So the first criteria is that it needs to be created and led and done for the most part by students. The second is that it has to use technology for good. So contributing to some UN SDG, for example. And three, they need to have a working prototype or a proof of concept. A paper is not enough. It needs to be, they need to be able to demonstrate the project's idea. And my students at school are hoping that they will be finalists, in which case they would be invited to go back to the Future Port Youth Conference, the 2025 edition. They will have 2 days paid with travel and accommodations in Prague. They'll get an official winner's certificate. There's a press release, there are media interviews, there's professional photo shoot and a video interview, social media coverage. And they can also visit some of the local partner organizations. And then if they win, so there's 4 different awards. There's the People's Choice Award, where they win €500. Awesome. Third prize, €500. Awesome. Second prize is €1,000. And if they win first prize, it's €2,000. So it's really, it's incredibly generous, but a really wonderful opportunity for students to be able to shine and really think about the possibility of them being innovators.
I love it. It's very exciting to hear that your students, after visiting this conference, got inspired, got it so inspired that wanted to compete. Their competing has inspired you. I believe we're going to see you in person when we get to Prague, you and myself. I'm curious for all those people, and you didn't get to experience the live streaming last year, but just a little update that this year we are planning to have exclusive content delivered to the people that are going to be at a distance. And we understand that, again, one of the SDGs, saving the planet's reducing impact, part of the having online content is there are a lot of people that can't afford and also don't want to attend in person. I get that. And so what we're doing at Futureport Youth is we're up front, we're having interviews with past award winners and speakers for this year, as well as we're fielding questions that might be good for both the teachers, the schools, and the students that will be attending. So all of that will be available before the event, during the event, and post event. So individuals can come in for the live stream, of course, but they can also use the recorded versions for days or weeks past for the tech teachers, et cetera. I'm curious from your perspective, Sunny, do you have any advice for people that would like to learn from Future Port Youth, whether that is the online and or the in person?
Um, yeah, I do actually. So I'm not a technology teacher myself, but I was able to access the programming that they have online, which was really helpful. So there was some pre-trip um, lesson plans, basically. And there were some workshop materials, and then there was also follow-up content. So the combination of those three elements was really beneficial to me as a teacher, taking my students there. And I can imagine that if they're doing it online and there's even more that's offered to the online students, that that's a really nice offering.
Yeah, we're hoping that it blends the need of being at a distance. So we're providing the synchronistic learning, i.e., the live streaming. We're going to have post speaker interviews directly with the speaker that's going to be broadcast only to the online community. So that's one of the pluses.
Cool.
We're also going to be able to field questions during the speaker via our online platform. So in that platform, we hope to have a chat so that we can hear the questions, see the questions, filter, and then ask the speaker or the speakers these questions. So we're hoping to up the game. And as you know, it's hard to sit for 6 hours for anything, much less online. So we're hoping people come and go as their schedules allow with their teachers and or schools. So that's one of our hopes. Any last things you would like to share with the in-person or online community of learners out there for the 2025 Future Port Youth?
I really encourage students to participate. I mean, they're in doing research about opportunities for students, um, there aren't very many opportunities like this. And so it's really unique and it's very special because it really puts them in the forefront. I mean, our the children are the future, right? And so it really helps them in getting ready for that and seeing what they can do and how they can participate in that.
Mm. I like it. I know that you're the experiential learning coordinator for H Farm that 2024-2025 year, and you've seen hundreds of content related to experiential learning. And having you said that this is really exceptional is huge. I mean, it really lifts up this experience that has been in the past. This year is no exception. In fact, I think all the content, speakers, et cetera, is going to be even better than previous years. I believe that the competition towards the award winners is going to be even more competitive. And as you said, this is really focused on that youth age group. So if you're interested in global exceptional learning on technology, this is the place to come to.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Thank
See
you.
you
We'll
there in
see you
2025.
exactly. See you in 2025. Thank you, Sunny.
Thank you so much, Russ. Take care.
You too.
Bye bye.